Hey guys, it's Dan, your host here at Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for my weekly review for this week's episode of The Walking Dead Season 10. This one's going to be for The Walking Dead Season 10, Episode 5 review. Okay, guys, so I wanted to do, of course, my weekly review for this week's episode of The Walking Dead Season 10. This one's going to be for The Walking Dead Season 10, Episode 5. So, awesome episode this week. Really awesome episode. I do have, a few complaints this week. However, I do think that this was a very exciting episode. And I do want to say that if you have not seen this episode yet, definitely do not watch this review because I am going to spoil some things. However, this episode of The Walking Dead, in my opinion, was a very good episode. With that rating, I would definitely say that this is one of the best episodes of the season. I think that episode 3 is probably still the best episode. I'd probably say that right now, if I had to rate, I think season 10 episode 3 is probably still the best episode, with this one being my second favorite of the season. I think they really did a good job with this episode. I think they really killed it, and I'm excited for episode 6, but I really want to start talking about Negan and Brandon because that, for me, is the most exciting part of the episode. But of course, probably another one of the most exciting parts of the episode is when we see Negan meet Beta at the end, and some of the Whispers as well. So I was on the edge of my seat when I saw that. I was like, okay, that is just awesome. He just looks at him, he's like, alright, you big-ass freak, let's do this. So, I love it. I think that was so cool, and Beta just takes him down, right? So, I love it. And, Negan called out the Whispers, so obviously he wanted to get their attention, and the question is, who let him out? Because it wasn't Brandon, so who let him out is really the question. Did Carol send him? I mean, we didn't see her much in episode 4. Maybe that's why. Or something else. Obviously, I don't think it was Daryl. I just don't see that being the case. But, yeah, obviously somebody other than Brandon let him out, which I thought was pretty surprising. Now, the one thing I will say for this episode is I do like the stuff with Negan and Brandon a lot more than I thought. I thought in this episode that it would kind of be short and it'd be to the point, but they actually did drag out the Negan and Brandon stuff most of the way through the episode. I really like it. He kind of gives him a bat wrapped in barbed wire. Of course, Negan gets attacked by a walker, and he doesn't go to help him, of course, because he was wrapping his gift. So he gives him a bat that he just literally finished wrapping in barbed wire. And then, of course, he gives him the old jacket, the old Negan jacket, not the one he had in Season 9, but the one he had in Season 7 and 8. So getting to see that was really cool, and Negan just putting the jacket on I thought was so cool at the end. But I really like how, they're mentioning how Brandon's father obviously lied about a few things because Negan did not kill Carl. And he's like, I would never kill a kid, that type of thing. And they do mention Rick as well, which, of course, it has been exactly one season now since Rick's last episode. So, that is really cool as well. But, basically they find a mother and son in like a bus or whatever. And they save him, of course, and then Brandon kind of asks Negan, like he said, classic Negan, and he basically asks him, what are they going to do with the kid and the mom? So, basically, Negan tells him to get lost. He says, go back to Alexandria. He's like, well, I'm not a good liar. And he's just like, go back to Alexandria, or, do whatever. Do whatever you want, or leave, or whatever, as long as I don't have to see your face again. And Brandon basically leaves. So, Brandon thinks he's being honest, of course, but then Brandon kind of also thinks that Negan was testing him, which Negan was being honest. He didn't want to have anything to do with Brandon, and, basically, it kind of doesn't work out too well. Negan bonds with this kid. He kind of talks about, a few things that I'm not going to get into, but I like the scene, and I think it's really cool. And I like the scene between Negan and the kid. I thought it was really cool. So, he basically wants to take them back to, I think he said Hilltop, or Alexandria, one of the communities, but he said, you can't say who let you guys in, So, because then they would know Negan's close by and they would go looking for Negan. Of course, Negan has a job to do, which of course is to go to the Whisper camp, and of course, comic readers know where this is going. So, I like that angle a lot. I really like all that stuff with the kid. And then, of course, Negan getting firewood goes back, and I was like, whoa, at this part where you see Negan standing there, and Brandon has both the mother's dead and the kid's dead, and Negan just drops the firewood, and he's like, what did you do? So, picks up a rock and freaking kills him. I mean, honestly, that's what happens. You piss Negan off, he will find creative ways to kill you. Is really all I'm saying. I mean, really, it's yeah. I mean, throw you into a furnace. I mean, take a rock. I mean, bash the head in. Tons of ways. You got no guts. I mean, tons of ways Negan can kill people if you piss him off. So, honestly, I love that part, and I thought that was really, the kid deserved it. Honestly, I will say, it was a brutal kill though, and he's just like the rock, and he just keeps going, and you see the blood everywhere. It was a crazy scene, but I loved it. I thought it was really, really awesome. And of course, takes the new Lucille, and leaves. So, and of course goes to the Whisper Camp, which of course that we've already covered, which I cannot wait to see, hopefully next week or the week after, Negan meet Beta, or Alpha for the first time. So, he's just met Beta, now he has to meet Alpha and the rest of the Whispers, and how is that going to go, and how is Alpha going to treat Negan? So, definitely really, really exciting stuff. So, definitely my favorite part of the episode right there. Now we also have the Whisper Camp in this episode, which is like, there's this one Whisper that wants to just release the herd. Of course, Alpha just lets Beta kill him, which is crazy. She cuts him a few times, and then, Beta finishes it off. Of course, we also have Gamma, who wants to contaminate the water. We have Beta, that, like I said, he just killed the one Whisper, so Gamma kind of goes off after that, and goes off, and, of course, Aaron finds her, which I thought was really crazy, and of course gives her the wrap thing or whatever, so she can, fix her hand or whatever, because she cut her hand, killing one of the walkers and stuff like that. So, Aaron kind of tries to help Gamma out, which I was a little surprised by. I was like, wouldn't Aaron just try to kind of kill her? But of course, they don't want to cause any trouble with the Whispers right now, and kind of that would be a reckless move on Aaron's part. So, but Aaron's been kind of reckless this season, so I'm surprised. But, he tries to help her, and she kind of just leaves, and he's like, "You're welcome," so I like that. But basically, she tells, Alpha that Aaron helped her out, and, Alpha thinks that the man with the metal arm could be useful. So we'll have to see how that goes, and, what comes next with that. But I like that scene with Gamma and Aaron. I thought that was really cool. It was quick, but it was really cool kind of getting to see Aaron for a little bit. So the last part of the episode that was, of course, a huge part was the hilltop. So we basically have Kelly. So she goes out, is tracking like an animal or whatever, and she losing her hearing and stuff like that. Daryl and the others, of course, are there. Ezekiel, who, that's the other thing I want to mention as well. So, in this episode, Siddiq basically tells Ezekiel, he finds out from Ezekiel that Ezekiel's cancer, which we did I remember a few people were talking about that this week. That ended up being true. And in terms of Ezekiel having cancer, I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I like the approach. I don't know if I like the idea. And if that is the way Ezekiel goes out, I'm not really a big fan of it, versus the comic. But then again, I mean, we don't know 100% for sure that Ezekiel's going to die, but it definitely could happen because of the cancer. So that is, definitely something right there that I was kind of surprised by, but that we've kind of discussed it this week about Ezekiel and is he sick or this and that. We've done some videos, about Ezekiel being sick and this and that. So we find out in this episode it is cancer, and we'll have to see kind of what happens. So he wanted to tell Carol, of course, on the radio, but he didn't. He kind of just couldn't do it. So Rosita is also sick back home. We find that out from Dante in this episode, which I was a little surprised by this as well. I'm not sure what's going on with her, but it sounds like she's probably just got some flu or something. So probably not, Rosita's probably fine, but yeah. Kind of ironic that the two characters that get killed in the comics by the Pikes are both sick. One has cancer, and then Rosita. So we'll have to see what they're doing there. I don't really know where they're going with the whole Ezekiel cancer thing, or what's going on with Rosita back home, but, decent developments throughout the episode. So, the other thing that we did see in this episode, which is Daryl and Connie. So, they go looking for Kelly, of course, and we find out that, she's fine. She's awesome. She's doing okay. But they definitely need to get her back to the hilltop. Of course, Dog is the one that finds her, too, which I thought was really cool. Now, the story with Merle I thought was also really cool. I really like that scene between Daryl and Connie, even focusing on them holding hands and stuff. And anytime we get a Merle reference, love it. So, bring more of that. Love Merle, and I still miss Merle in the series. So, Daryl, that was awesome. So, I also like in this episode how we did get to see that Magna still doesn't trust the group. She doesn't trust the group. Now, this is the only thing about the episode I didn't like. why is she still doing this? You know, it's been like a season that Magna's group has been with our characters, and Magna doesn't trust them. You know, Connie does, Yumiko does, Kelly does, and Luke does. Magna doesn't. And is it because she's the leader and she wants to look out for her people and this and that? I don't really understand what's up with Magna. I really don't. I don't really understand what her problem is, to be honest. Even Daryl said that. He's like, what the hell's your problem, you know? We brought you in and this and that, and you hide food. Like, you know, what is this? And Daryl's pissed. You can tell. He keeps the secret, you know, but sooner or later, I think they're bound to find out that Magna is the one that did all this. And I'm just... I don't know, you know, I'm just as pissed off as Daryl. I'm just like, why'd she do this? You know, that type of thing. So, in terms of, you know, that stuff, I was really pissed off. When Magna hid the supplies and we found out about it, and Daryl's like, asked Connie, do you know about this? Like, I don't know. I just didn't like that. I thought that was really, really annoying and really frustrating to see all the way through. But it was okay, I guess, but I just didn't like it. And I don't like what they're doing with Magna in this episode. I thought it was really frustrating to watch. But we do find out that she actually, the reason why she did go to jail is defending her cousin. And of course, this guy or whatever and this and that. So, Yumiko used to be her lawyer and this and that. So, we did get a little bit of a, you know, reason why Magna was in jail. So that also was explained in this episode. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of what Magna was doing in this episode. I found it very frustrating, very annoying. So, developments from this episode. So, Negan kills Brandon. Negan's at the Whisper border now, you know, the Whisper camp. We also get Aaron, who's, you know, kind of in and around the Whisper camp helping out Gamma. We also have Daryl and Connie, which I love the family part at the end as Daryl and them are kind of leaving. So, I love it. I thought it was really, really cool, and we'll have to see if Daryl and Connie get together. They're definitely going more and more in that direction, I think, and I love it. I thought it was really cool. Magna will have to see what's up with that, and Ezekiel having cancer is now also happening, and also Rosita is sick back at Alexandria. So, a lot of stuff going on. And then, of course, we have Alpha that's losing her mind, killing more of her people and stuff like that. So, definitely really cool stuff. Cannot wait to see the rest of these episodes for this first half. We got 3 episodes left. And then we'll be on break till February. But really, really awesome stuff. We got episode 6, 7, and 8. The promo for episode 6 is not uploaded at the time of filming this video, so I may actually have to wait till Monday to post my predictions video for episode 6. So if you guys are not seeing my predictions for episode 6, that's because at this time of filming, I have not seen the promo for episode 6. It was not on Premiere. So anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Write your comments in the comment section below. And of course, I want to just tell you guys that, you know, I love this episode. I thought it was really cool. A little kind of wondering what's going on with Magna there, but yeah, the rest of it really cool. Sad that Ezekiel's got cancer. We'll have to see if he actually survives and what happens with Negan at the Whisper Camp now and all this kind of stuff. And will Daryl and Connie get together as well? So anyway, guys, if you're new here, click the subscribe button so you don't miss any of my Walking Dead videos. And of course, I will catch you guys really soon for another Walking Dead video. Peace out, guys.